Bless everyone. My name is Pastor James E. Bannister from Souls of Jesus Christ Church. I am going to do another Greek lesson, and this lesson is lesson 3, entitled Present Active Indicative. And this Greek book that I have, New Testament Greek for Beginners. The author is J. Gresham Machen. And you can spell his name Gresham Machen. And this is a very rare book. I think I got it online. It was published in 1923. But I like this particular book because it goes a lot in depth in many of the topics in Greek for beginners. So this is lesson 3 in this book. If you happen to get your hands on this book. All right, we're still in Greek. 101, basics. Okay, Greek 101. This is lesson 3, so I'm coming from the manual. This is called the present. You're most all familiar with present tense. Active. That's voice, active voice. You have the active voice. In Greek, you have the passive voice. And you also have the middle voice. Okay? Present active indicative. Okay, that's the mode, indicative mode. You will learn what all this means if you're not familiar with it already in English. It's present active indicative. So we're going to be dealing with what we call Greek verbs, because the verbs is the most powerful word. It is the word that is doing the action of the subject. Like, for instance, I ran, R-A-N. That's your verb, ran. It's action word. And that I is the subject. Now, in Greek, it's not written in 2 parts like I just did. I know. And I is the subject on the beginning of this phrase. And know is the verb. Now in Greek, when you write the words, this is the first person's also singular. I. Okay? First person singular, I. Know is the verb. Now in Greek, we have words like blepo. Okay, blepo, beta, lambda, okay, epsilon, pi, has that P sound, omega. Now see that omega right here? That's your subject. That's I. So what's going on here is this part of the word, blep, is your stem. This is your stem. Okay? Or your root. And this omega is the first person I. So now, you add that behind the stem, and all is one word. Not like in English, you say I see. All right? In English, you say I see. You have 2 separate words. And then in English, you have the subject coming before the verb. Word order in English is usually subject, verb, and then object. But in Greek, it's not so. This is your stem called blep. So when you say blepo, blepo means I see. See that? You say, but Pastor, it's only one word. Yes. Greek is an inflected language. So you got to watch your endings in Greek. Behind the word, it tells you a lot in Greek. Okay? Blepo means I see. So we're going to start learning a lot of these verbs. And that's how you're going to increase the vocabulary in the first person singular. I see. Blepo. Okay? Now, that's your stem. Erase that. Now we have another word called gnosko. Gamma, iota, nu, let's give you that N sound, omega, long O, sigma, S, kappa, omega. Okay, what did I tell you? What did I say the first person singular subject is? Right here. So this word means I know. Gnosko, I know. Now gnosko is a good word. When you say I know, you really know. In other words, we mean experientially know. You tell a child not to touch the hot stove, and they touch that hot stove, and then you ask them, is that stove hot? How does that burnt felt? And you say, yeah, it really hurt, didn't it? It really burned you, didn't it? They say, I know. Now, they really know because they have experienced that negative effect of touching that hot stove. So, gnosko really means I know with comprehension, or I know experientially. So, we don't have to get too technical here. It says, I know. So, look at these Greek words now. Gnosko. Gnosko. See that O and that omega? Gnosko, see, means I know. These are the first Greek words you're going to learn. Here's another one, gamma, rho is that R, grapho. Here's your phi, and your omega. Now notice, behind every Greek verb, what are you seeing? The omega. What does that omega mean? I. So the stem of this word is graph. Grapho means I write. Okay? Say I write. That's your verb. Subject verb in English, but in Greek, it's just one word. So you have to know your Greek endings. See right here, that omega behind that word. Here's your stem. Gnosko. Grapho. I write. Here's another one. Didasko. Didasko means I teach. Didasko. See that delta? Delta. Alpha. Sigma. Kappa. Omega. Here it is. Didasko means I teach. That omega means I. See that? You're looking at the ending of the word to get the subject. I teach. Okay? And we have we have another one. It's quite a few of them, but I'm writing very big so you can see. And I'm running out of space on this chalkboard. But I'm going to use this one. This word is called luo. Luo. Lambda. Okay, like a backwards upside down Y. Lu is the stem. O is the subject. Luo. Long sounding omega. Lu is your stem. Lambda upsilon. Your subject is omega. So luo means I loose. Okay? I loose. Or I destroy. I loose. Sometimes Greek words have more than one meaning. I loose. And I destroy. All these verbs are in the first person singular. Okay? I destroy. Look at the board. This is lesson 3 in Roman numbers. Greek 101, present active indicative. So that means all these verbs are in the present tense. See, Greek has tense, just like English has tense. And an active voice. Now, when a sentence is being active, let's say this way. John washed the car. Okay, that's present indicative active, or present active indicative. John washed the car. Now, to make that sentence, John washed the car, to be passive, now you have to get the subject to be acted upon. And you said, the car was washed by John. Now, that sentence is passive. And John washed the car is present, active, indicative. To make it passive, you go, John washed the car is active. The car was washed by John. So we're going to do a lot of Greek phrases like that as well to get you to see. Greek is not so much like English. As you see already, our subject is behind the word, combined with the word. Graph, grapho, ginos, ginosko, blep, blepo. And that omega has a long sign, like the long O. Omicron is a short O in Greek. So we have omega. All those words have omega on the end, meaning I. I see, blepo, ginosko, I know, grapho, I write, didasco, I teach, luo, I loose, I destroy. Now, I'm going to write out what they call the paradigms, this chart, to show you the singular and the plural. Okay? Now, most of us are English students. You're going to see that the singular and the plural endings in Greek. It's going to show you luo. We're going to use lu. Lu is the shortest word in Greek. And lu, like I have here, luo on the bottom, I lose, is what we use to teach the first person, second person ending. Actually, if I put luo, that means I lose. We already know that lu means lose, but luo means I lose. Okay? I'm just going to write the I, because you already told you it means I lose. I'm writing I is the first person, is your singular. Okay? First person singular. Okay? I. Second person singular. How do we say lu in the second person singular? How do you say you lose or thou lose? Okay? We say it this way. Thou loses. It's lues. Epsilon iota, sigma. That means you lose. If you do it in modern English, you have the second person, right here, second person, present, singular, active. Lues. How do we pronounce that? Lues, because epsilon iota is pronounced like the EI in the word weight, okay, or freight. So we have lues, means you lose. Luo means I lose. Here's our third person coming up, third person singular. We have lue. Now don't let the sigma on the end fool you. It's lue. Without the sigma means that's the third person. He, she, it loses. See? He, she, it loose. All right, and then this old book has it. He is loosing, but most modern texts don't put he is loosing. They just say he looses. He looses. Lue. Lues, you lose. Luo, I lose. See, first person, second person, third person. We're dealing with Greek verbs now. You got to learn the verbs and the endings. For the first person, second person, third person. Now the plural of lu, we're going plural now. I'm going to put a P. All right, plural. Okay, and we're coming down here. All right. Just remember, this word means I destroy. I'll put it underneath later. And we need that first person plural. Lu, amen. Lu, amen. Omicron, mu, M, epsilon, nu. Lu, amen. Here's your stem. Lu, amen means we lose. All right, first person, plural. Second person, luete. I know it, but I'm going to go straight to the book. So you can see I'm coming from the manual. I already know these by heart. Luete means you lose, period. Plural, you lose. Third person, plural. Present active indicative. Okay? So, luusi. Lu, it's the stem. U, remember I told you about the diphthongs? Epsilon, U, it's got that U sound like in the word group. So, luusi. Sigma, iota. Luusi means they lose. Okay? And I wish I had much space. I'm going to cover all of these without doing the verbs over here. So, since now we have blepo, which is the first person, I see, singular, present active indicative, what if I want to make this word say, he sees? Well, I would have to change the I from the first person, and I would have to change this ending to the third person singular. How am I going to do that? Blep, come over here. What's the third person singular? Right here. Lu A. If I put blep A, epsilon iota, that means he sees, or she sees, or it sees. See that? That's right. I changed the ending of that verb called blep, and I came over here to look at my paradigm or my chart, and I noticed that the third person singular is lue. I take away the A, which is the third person singular, and I add it to the word blepe. Now, if I want to say they lose, how do I write that? Well, we come down here to the plural now. This is how you do it. Come down to the plural. Third person plural says luusi. So I say blepusi. Blepusi means they see. They see. Okay? And that's how we get the different tense and the verbs and the subject. Was it being first person, second, third, or first, second, third, plural? Luo, I, lue, you, lue, he, she, it, plural, luamen, we, luete, you, plural, luusi, they. Okay? All right, I hope this helps, and I will be covering this again and again. All right, thank you.